Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to piggyback off of some videos that I did last week, and that was mainly about building self-trust and reparenting yourself. So today I want to talk about rediscovering your inner child and what that means, not only for getting the things that we want out of life, but just to heal yourselves in general. So connecting with your inner child is a major key, not only in healing yourself, but to manifest the life that you want with the changes that stick for the long term. Let me explain. So, when you were younger, you believed that you could do, be, and have anything that you wanted, of course. And I know for me, I had the dream of wanting to be an astronaut. I even built a makeshift spacesuit, and I would go outside and I would play, and I would really feel me being an astronaut. And for a while there, I kind of really wanted to go down that career path. And I believe wholeheartedly that I could have done it. And I just remember like having that imagination that although I was in my backyard playing, like I could see the spaceship, I could see the little buttons, I could see the seat me sitting in, I could see the space, I could see it in my mind's eye. So what happens when we get a little older, we lose this part of ourselves and it gets suppressed through shame, of course, you guys. You know, I'm going to talk about shame. Shame is the root to me for a lot of the reasons why we find it hard to navigate in our life, not only to make decisions, sound decisions, but also to just in general, like it comes up in a lot of ways and it comes up in a lot of areas in our life that it leads back to the shame that has been placed on us from our childhood, from our people, like abuse, things like that, of course. And you guys know that that is something I stress a lot to talk about. So once shame kind of like plays into this, it's hard for us to believe that we can do, be, and have whatever we want. So we kind of get into that fight, flight, or freeze mode as we get into adults, which kind of stunts us from making certain decisions to better ourselves. So it looks like every time we are met with challenge, our limiting beliefs chip away from our authentic nature, and it shuts off our innocence, our creativity, our curiosity, and it hardens us into a restrictive, troubled, and sometimes confusing lifestyle choices. Although we truly don't resonate with that path that we have went down with, whether it be a certain job. You know, sometimes when we grow up, we think, okay, well, I want to be a lawyer or I want to be a doctor because, you know, that just sounds like the best thing to do, to live the American dream. And even though in your heart you don't resonate with that path that you went down with, you force yourself to believe that that is the path that you should go down. And then you always have this feeling of, I'm not truly being who I want to be, right? So it just doesn't resonate with the path that we know innately that we want to do, and that just gets suppressed over time. So some behaviors that come from your inner child being stunted is dependency, codependency, confusion, and an innate sense of not knowing how to discover your purpose. And this is something that I find that a lot of us go through, and specifically me right now at this point in my life, as I am working through my shame with you guys, I'm figuring out, even within my path, like I have this nagging feeling to really figure out what my genuine purpose is and not just what I love to do, which is being in the beauty industry. I do love that, but it doesn't feel as fulfilling as I thought it was, because I did at one time believe that it was my purpose. But the more that I heal myself and the more that I work on myself, I'm realizing that it's, you know, maybe it's something else. So I'm going through this with you guys. I don't have all the answers, but I'm going through it with you. So let's talk about feminine and masculine energy. And when I say feminine and masculine energy, I'm not talking about a man or a woman. Everybody has masculine and feminine energy. And when I look outside in the world today, I mainly see the majority of us, all of us, pretty much operating off of our masculine energy, which is the action, the taking action, taking massive action on anything. It is our logical brain. It is what we use to make a lot of decisions in our life. And our feminine energy is more of our creative side. We needed to have our imagination. We needed to have the curiosity in life. And we also needed to just come up with business ideas. There's so much that we need our creativity for, and we don't give that energy enough space to thrive in our life. And when you have stunted your inner child, or when you don't have that relationship with your inner child, you'll find that you'll operate more out of your logical side than your creative side, which, hello, this is something that I am still working on. As you guys know, I've talked in a few videos, especially the emotional regulation videos that I've made, the emotional intelligence and emotional regulation videos that I've made. Please go watch those, because it has more about that subject on getting back into your creativity. But I do want to cover it here again, because I feel like this is a little bit more of a different perspective, and I want you guys to kind of see how this plays into not just your life and your healing, but in manifesting the life that you want overall. So like I was saying, feminine energy, we do need it for our creativity. We need it for just our happiness, you guys, because when you think about it, like, your creativity is the thing that kind of keeps you going. It is what makes everything a little bit more juicy. It makes it more colorful. It makes your life more fun when you can come at it from a creative angle. So a lot of the times our feminine energy, like I said, it gets stunted because we operate from our logical side. So to heal your inner child, what you should do is to add more creativity back in your life, and to make nice with your feminine side, and to honor your masculine side, your logical mind. But there is one thing about manifestation that we do know that you need. You need your imagination. So that in itself tells us that creativity and feminine energy in that way is a definite game changer. It is the dominant in that way, that you need to have not just the creative outlet in that way. It is what helps us produce the feeling that we need to be able to impress the subconscious, you guys. So I want to talk about some ways to kind of get back into your creativity. And this is something that anyone could do, because I look more at myself now, and you guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a few days where it's been really rough for me in general. But I realized, and what made me really realize today was my grandmother texted me early this morning, and she sent me a message, and it was something that she used to say when I was a kid, when she would come to visit us, and we would and I would drink coffee with her at 7 years old. That's probably why I'm coffee addict now. But I would drink coffee with her, and we would go sit out on the porch, and we would just talk, and I would just kind of tell her all my fantasies as a child, and all the things that I really wanted to do in my life, and I would share with her that. So it really made me emotional when she texted me this morning, because my grandmother does not text. She's not good at at technology, as most of our grandparents are. So and it really got me to thinking, like, well, what can I do? Because I've been feeling kind of stagnant in my life and in some of the things that I've been doing. And I realize it's because I've been using more of my logic to try to figure out the problems, to figure out how to create solutions to seemingly problems that I have, when it's not sticking. And then you get frustrated because you feel like you should have a concrete answer of why or what you need to do to make certain things happen. And sometimes you only really need the feeling. You need to give space for the solution to come through. And a lot of the times it comes through when you are being creative, or when you are doing things that make you happy and fulfilled, and that fill your space up without just thoughts, but with trying to come up with the right word. It's like it just makes your life more colorful, you guys. It makes you more happy. It makes the resistance, it lessens the importance. That's what I want to say. It lessens the importance on whatever you are working towards, whatever, if you're working on coming up with a solution for a business problem, or if you are working on manifesting something, if you're trying to just do it with just your thoughts, because we do know our thoughts create our reality. Yes, we know that. But if you're only thinking and you shut off the feeling, or if it's hard to connect with the feeling, it is going to be absolutely hard for you to manifest the things that you want. It's going to be even harder to impress your subconscious. So I want to talk about a few things that I've done and a few things that I think that you possibly could do that doesn't take a whole lot, okay? So we want to think about the things that we've done when we were children that kind of just gave us that joy, where we felt the most alive, where we felt the most trusting in ourselves, where we felt the most bold into moving into certain spaces in our lives. And for me, what I have discovered, and this is something I'm realizing because I realize that I have slacked on some of these things, and maybe that's why I'm feeling like maybe I can't get a concrete answer, because I'm not allowing my creativity, I'm not allowing my feminine side to completely flourish in this situation. So I remember that I used to read, I used to write, and of course I do read and I write, but write for fun, you guys, write for pleasure, write poetry. I used to write poetry, and it's been a long time since I wrote a poem. And reading for pleasure really helps too, not just because I know we like to read our self-help books. We like to read information on manifestation, and out of all the great authors in the manifestation community or the mindset community. But have you ever just read for pleasure? When was the last time you read a novel or got lost in a book that helps to stimulate your mind, helps you to put yourself there in the scenes and to feel and embody what it feels like to be that character? That is a great way to help you to get your creativity going, because once you open up your imagination, you guys, it is very easy for you to, if you can see yourself as like a character in a book, or see yourself there and imagining that, it's going to be so easy for you to imagine your end scene that you are creating when you are manifesting, right? And another thing that I like to do when life just gets too hard and things just get kind of like, I'm just kind of like, if I feel myself getting kind of like hardened, I will watch cartoons, or I will watch my favorite Disney movies. So I'll watch Pocahontas or Aladdin, or like, I watch all of them pretty much. So I'll spend a day watching cartoons. I'll even watch like Harry Potter and stuff like that to just kind of get my imagination going. So you want to dive into these things that helped you when you were younger. Coloring is a good one. Like I said, writing, dancing. I picked up dancing a little bit lately, and it helps you to get in your body, you guys, because when you're living in your mind all the time, it is going to be very hard for you to navigate through life, and you're going to be acting from a place of force. And when you act from a place of force, it builds up that resistance and that importance that you are directing your thoughts to the thing, and you are trying to move the thing with your thoughts, but you need to move the thing with your feeling. You need to move the energy through your feeling, you guys, because feeling is the secret, as we know. So the more that you can do things to move your body, or to get your mind stimulated, to raise the endorphins and to raise the, just to raise your mindset and your frequency, solutions come through. Even though you don't know how you're going to do certain things, I find when I'm being just openly creative and not even focused on the thing that I was trying to focus on, I'll mainly probably be like reading a book or something like that, and then a solution or a thought comes through on how I could solve a problem or how I can go about a project. And that is what helps you when you are, going through life's trials, because as we know, guys, life is gonna life. So sometimes you need to be able to disconnect and get back with your inner child, and to work on healing your inner child in that way. And there's a lot more to healing your inner child, you guys, but I want to focus on doing the little things and doing the small things to just kind of get you back on that path to taking the importance off of trying to get a certain thing or trying to project your thoughts to a certain way and get into a space of feeling it. Sometimes you might need to forget about what it is that you are trying to manifest or whatever you are trying to go for, whatever situation you're trying to change. Sometimes you might just need to drop the thought for a while and go off and do something that is fun, you know? Go outside and go hiking, go climb a tree, go do something that you used to do that made you feel good. You guys, I promise that it will help you so much. So yeah, you guys, you do need your imagination. You need your imagination to impress your subconscious, but the more that you can flex that imagination muscle, the more that you can feed that with creativity and expand and build up the frequency in that way, it is going to be a whole lot easier for you to impress your subconscious, you guys. So I hope that this video helped. I hope that this kind of gave you a little something to think about. I know that we change reality with our thoughts, you guys, but it sticks when you can pair it with the feeling, and a lot of the times the feeling is what is keeping us away from the things that we want out of life. All right, so I hope that this video helps you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.